What drew you into the early education field? I've always had a huge interest for childcare and education. I had the best experience growing up babysitting for families, and I always loved planning activities for them while I was still a child myself. And I just knew then that I would always have a passion for teaching young children.
I definitely feel valued when I come to work every day by my own employer and the parents that I work with and my other employees. But I would say that I don't necessarily feel valued by the greater community as a whole. I think a lot of people, when they ask what I do and I tell them, they think that I'm a babysitter or, oh, you get to sit on the floor and hang out with kids all day. And I think that they don't really see me as a valued educator. I think a lot of the times when people say that they're a kindergarten teacher or a preschool teacher, people don't really have much follow-up questions. They kind of ask like, oh, that's so awesome. Like, how do you like your job? Or that is so fun. You get to teach kids all day. But when I tell them that I'm a toddler teacher, it's a lot different response than what I would get if I said I was a preschool teacher. I think just because I do work with the younger kids, 2 and under, people don't value me as an educator. I think they think that I just sit with them on the floor all day, but that's far from the truth because I'm teaching them these social emotional skills. I'm teaching them behavioral skills. I'm teaching them vocabulary, how they use their words, what to do, what not to do, even just how to play as a kid and how to better themselves too and make themselves grow. And it's awesome just to see their development, and it's so rewarding for me as a person that I get to come to work every day and see these kids grow and see that they're doing things that I'm teaching them. So I think I do value myself as a worker, but I definitely think the greater community doesn't value younger education teachers as much as they should. And we see that through our pay and through our acknowledgement. I think a lot of people just look at K through 12 education system as you're an actual teacher, and then anything under kindergarten, we get those negative viewpoints, I think, or just a miscommunication of what my job title is.
What drew me into the early childhood education type of career is that I actually just started working in childcare as a part-time job for college, and then it's something that I fell in love with, so now it's actually what I'm gonna do to continue my career as I graduate on Saturday.
And I feel valued by the Cultivate Mankato team, not necessarily by like the community as a whole and by like the world as a whole, but I do feel valued by my leadership team here at Cultivate.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to find people that are dedicated to the field and really passionate about working with kids. I think we have a lot of people come and go, which affects these children. I mean, they might see me and someone else every single day for the days that they come, but when there are a lot of staff coming in and out of the room, the kids are less likely to listen to those staff, and it does cause a lot of disruptive behaviors that we've definitely seen center-wide. When we do have people coming and going, these kids are meeting new people every day, and then sometimes they don't see them again. So I think finding employees that are able to work that full-time shift and provide that environment for these kids, it's a lot easier and it's a lot better environment for the kids and myself, so other teachers too.
In childcare as a whole, I think something that we all really struggle with is ratios. So for like infants, our ratio is 1-4. So we have 1 teacher taking care of 4 infants, or like toddlers, the ratio is 1-7. So it's 1 teacher taking care of 7 toddlers. Same with like preschool, where it's 1-10. Now it's not the same in all states, and actually in some states it's even higher. So I think that that's a big struggle, that the ratio should be lower.
What challenges or obstacles do you face? The childcare system in America is so flawed that it experiences a lot of staff turnover. Children thrive off of consistency, and it can be hard to give that consistency when there's so many new faces entering the classroom to teach them. Being with the children every day, you really notice a difference in their behaviors when they don't have that solid support team.
I would say no, that it's hard to feel valued as a whole in the community, because a lot of people think of, oh, we're just babysitters, we get to cuddle with kids all day, and they don't realize that we actually do a lot of hard work, and there is a huge importance of teaching babies and preschoolers and toddlers. And I mean, kids learn the most from ages 0 to 4 before they even start grade school, yet people don't look at us as real teachers.
From the community aspect and feeling valued, I don't feel valued because I feel like they look down upon us, and they look at us as a profession that isn't really needed, when in reality, the only way that parents are able to go to work every day is when they have childcare. And if they don't have childcare, then they aren't able to go to work. And I just don't see that value and appreciation out in the world like we should.
Do you feel valued and appreciated by the greater community as a whole? In short, no. I often feel like I'm defending my job when I tell people what I do for a living. I'm a teacher in an early childhood development center, and when their response is, "So you do daycare," it really shows how undervalued early education is.